The Red Dead Online update has been confirmed. It will be dropping on December the 1st. And as we have known for quite a while, Rockstar said that they were going to change up one of the previous roles. It has now been announced that the Bounty Hunter will be that role that will be getting extra ranks, legendary bounties, and there will be new changes to the Bounty Hunter role. We don't know the exact changes with the Bounty Hunter and what new gameplay options will be available, but what we do know is what has been heavily requested. So in this video, we are going to be going through some of your guys' options which you gave to me on the community tab, and we're just going to be going through all the changes that players would like to see for this Bounty Hunter role. Before I do get into the video, if you do want to see me streaming this game live the second the update is dropped on the 1st of December, then there is a link in the description down below which will take you over to the Twitch stream. Head over to there, drop a follow, and you'll be notified the second I go live. Normally I stream every Monday, Wednesday and Friday, but when there's new content coming out, I am always going to be doing daily streams, and this update is no different. So if you are interested in anything that I have just said, there is a link to that in the description down below. So getting back into the video, I dropped this post over on the community tab. It says, "It has been confirmed. The Bounty Hunter role will be getting new content on the 1st of December. This will include extra ranks and new legendary bounties. Rockstar have previously said that they will be changing up the role with new gameplay features. So what would you like to see added or changed to the Bounty Hunter role?" Thank you to everyone that did engage with this post, either by liking it or even supplying a comment. Unfortunately, I can't go through every single one because there was a lot of comments, over 100 different suggestions of the changes players would like to see. But we are going to be going through some of the most requested changes and features to be added. So the first comment comes from King of Fries. The king will rise to the top, which is a very lengthy name, but they want more money on bounties. Get rid of the 12-minute timer. You should be rewarded for getting bounties done fast and efficient, not made to sit out a timer. And this is probably the most requested feature for the whole of the Bounty Hunter role, and it makes no sense of why we have the timer in the first place. And timers are for the bounties that you get on the bounty board, but they are also for legendary bounties. It's just the timer isn't shown. And I 100% agree. The whole timer thing should be completely scrapped. And there is two possible ways that Rockstar can improve this. The first way is what King of Fries have said, which is the quicker you do it, the bigger your reward is, which is the complete opposite of what it is right now. But the other option is just to have a set price. So it shows a tier 1, a tier 2, a tier 3, or even a legendary bounty how much money you can get for bringing them in alive, or how much money you can get for bringing them in dead. And this price would never change no matter how long it takes you to do it. If you really wanted to, you can take your time and still wait till the last 30 seconds. You won't get an increased payout for the bounty, but what that does give you is time to go off, get collectibles, get samples, do whatever it is you want to do, while still getting a maximum payout. But for those that do want to go through the Bounty Hunter role, and they do just want to do as many bounties as possible without actually having to wait 10 minutes just to get to the 30-second mark, where you can get the maximum reward, these players can now just go in, deliver the bounty, go out, go and get another bounty, deliver that bounty, and get as many done as possible within an hour. So yes, I 100% agree, get rid of the timer. The next comment comes from The God, and they say they need to take out the player bounties. They don't work properly, and I somewhat agree with this. The player bounties do not work. They rarely ever pop up, and in fact, in a whole year of the Bounty Hunter role and the amount of time that I put into the game, I haven't had a single player bounty. It is absolutely ridiculous. But I do feel like this feature could be very entertaining, but it does require for Rockstar to fix it. If Rockstar isn't willing to fix it, then yeah, definitely take it out. It's pointless having it here because it just doesn't do anything. It's pointless having progression within awards dedicated to player bounties where you need to bring in 100 player bounties to get this buckle, to get this award, to reset it, and I haven't even got one with the amount of time that I put into it. So personally, I would like to see player bounties fixed, but if they're not willing to get it fixed, then yeah, Rockstar, just remove it. What is the point? The next comment comes from Kelly Hoffman, and she says Bounty Hunter random events, similar to how you can find rival collectors traveling on the road. And I 100% agree with this. The Bounty Hunter is lacking dynamic events. I think it could be a very good way to get players involved in the Bounty Hunter when they're not actually pursuing the Bounty Hunter. There's been many times with the Moonshiner where I'm not actually interested in delivering moonshine, but all of a sudden a moonshine dynamic event pops up to say that there's revenue agents nearby. I then go and take them out, and just because that reduces the price of my moonshine mash, I then think that it would be a good idea to go over and resupply my moonshine shack. You can have a very similar system with the Bounty Hunter. You're just traveling along and then all of a sudden it alerts you to say that there is a bounty nearby. Pops up to say if you bring them in alive, you bring them in dead, this is the price that you'll get. What would also be very cool is if we could have some free roam legendary bounties. And yes, I know that legendary bounties are done within missions, but with the success of legendary animals being within free roam, it wouldn't be too difficult for Rockstar to take that system and pull it for legendary bounties within free roam. So yeah, I agree that there should be bounty hunter random events within free roam, and there's a lot of different ways that they can go about it. The next comment comes from Weavers, and he says, how about a customizable bounty wagon? People should be able to ride on the sides. And I agree with being able to customize your vehicles. In fact, when we did get the summer update last year in 2019, when Rockstar did add the bounty hunting wagon and also the hunting wagon, you can actually go over to the store and there is an upgrade option. The problem is the upgrade option only allows you to buy insurance for that wagon and you can't do anything else. I've always looked at this as a feature that Rockstar wanted to add, but they half-assed it when they did release it. This is now the time for Rockstar to come back to this, being able to have upgradable options for your wagon. The upgradable options could be very simple stuff. Being able to change the horse that is pulling the wagon, being able just to change the color of the wagon, maybe add some decals, maybe add some ornaments on the side, being able to change up the wheels. Very, very simple stuff that Rockstar could implement. But this is also scalable stuff, because that stuff can then come to every other future wagon that we get or any other future vehicle that we get. The system would already be there, it's just now Rockstar needs to do the 3D models for them. And for a simple job, which it does look like Rockstar did want to add to the game, you now have player created content which would then be showed off on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Twitch, and the list would just go on. Players will be sharing what they've managed to create with their wagon, and then you'll get other people that look at that and then want to do something better. So I think this is a very good suggestion. The next comment comes from Elliot Matthews, and he says, to be honest, hoping with the new tiers there's more vehicle options. Brackets war wagon. If they've just added a few legendary, everyone will be disappointed. Knowing Rockstar, they would add an advanced bounty camera. And you're probably not wrong. I imagine there is going to be a bounty hunter filter within the Outlaw Pass. As for the war wagon, the most requested vehicle within the game so far, the war wagon was shown within a Land of Opportunity missions, which was called Bring Your Own Goddamn Posse. And unfortunately, players weren't actually able to use the war wagon. This was something that we had to go against. We had to blow it up in Valentine. But ever since that mission, players have been wanting this war wagon to be within the game. There were actually quite a lot of players that said that this would be absolutely ridiculous, because we have mentioned the war wagon many times on the channel before. They see it as just a tool that will benefit griefers. And yeah, you're probably right, griefers would use the war wagon, but also every other weapon within the game can benefit griefers. That doesn't mean that we shouldn't have it. This is just a part of a dynamic with an open world game. And if a war wagon is within the game, and yes, they would be able to absolutely tear you apart and tear apart your horse, but the second you spawn back in again, you can just call another horse, which they've had to pay for anyway, and your horse would be so much quicker than a war wagon. So it's not like they're going to be able to be just as fast as you, catching up with you, and then just completely tearing you apart. But what it could be is something very, very entertaining to use within legendary bounties, within normal bounties, or maybe just ride around with friends within free roam. And the next comment comes from J2A2, and they say, imagine not being able to rob people, stagecoaches, trains, shops, or banks in a game about outlaws in the dying West. And this is absolutely ridiculous. This might not actually link with the bounty hunter, because what Rockstar are going for with the bounty hunter is you being the good person. But there definitely should be something that goes against the bounty hunter. Maybe that would even make the bounty hunter even more enjoyable, where you can have people that are able to rob people, stagecoaches, trains, shops, and banks, and so on. And you can have the bounty hunters, which are then there to stop those players. Rockstar have always spoken about the role-playing element of GTA and also Red Dead Online. And they're actually skipping over the best possible role-playing options ever. This is literally just cops and robbers here, and it's just not being done. Rockstar have said that the next update, being the one that's coming on December the 1st, will be more action-packed. It'll be at a much higher pace compared to the previous update that we had, being the Natchez update. So let's see what Rockstar have to offer. If Rockstar deliver one of these options, fans would be very happy. Personally, I would absolutely love to be able to customize my own vehicles, but I think the most requested feature is just removing the timers. Having a set price for bringing in a bounty alive or bringing in a bounty dead, because it makes sense that way. If you want to grind within any other role in the game, there's ways that you can be efficient about it and you can do things quickly. There are still elements of roles which require you to wait, such as the Moonshiner and Trader. But whilst you're waiting for those things, there's other things that you can do within that role for you to make things even better for when you do resupply it again. But the Bounty Hunter hasn't got that. If you want to grind a Bounty Hunter, you have to wait every single time. And there's nothing else you can do for that role within the meantime. And that's what put players off, because you end up just standing outside the sheriff office for a good 5 or 10 minutes, just so you can get the maximum payout. And it just isn't worth it. So these are some of the most requested features to be added for the Bounty Hunter role. If you do have any more suggestions, then you're welcome to let me know in the comment section down below, or we can talk about it live over on the Twitch stream. A link to that is in the description down below. But anyway guys, I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did enjoy, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. But for now, I'm going to see it.